Your periodic reminder that the estimated cost to end hunger in the US is $25 billion. And here we go, we have a bunch of net worths for very rich people. The claim that $25 billion can end US hunger lacks evidence. The US spent $100.3 billion on SNAP in 2024 alone, yet hunger persists. The One Big Beautiful Bill will drive the return of the great American car, making automobiles great again. I love this stupid pose that Trump always does with his fists on either side of him like he's jerking two dudes off. The little dance he does, I think it's funny. The car pictured behind President Trump is a stock image of a Russian/Soviet-made Vaz 2101, better known as the Lada 1200. It is not an American-made car. It didn't look very American-made. Slapping a man while you're arguing is top 5 best feelings ever. This is defined by law as abuse. The OP also boasts about abusing men in the replies and encourages others to do so as well. Hunter X's Golden becomes the first female K-pop song ever to reach #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Y'all realize this is one step towards AI completely taking over the music industry as well, right? What the f*** are you actually talking about? What does this have to do with AI at all? The animated group Hunter X are not AI and simply not the first fictional animated group to chart. The Archies went #1 in 1969 with Sugar Sugar, so it's very misleading to consider a group sung by real individuals and crafted by animators to be considered as such. What, did this dumbass just see the characters and think AI because he has no thought process ability? I'm so confused by this individual. Peter Kyle's comments on Sky News are disgusting. He should do the right thing and apologize. If you want to overturn the Online Safety Act, you are on the side of predators. It is as simple as that. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. Since coming into force, Online Safety Act has blocked and restricted censored content that wasn't what the act was for. This includes immigration, parliament, debates. Wikipedia is challenging the categorization rules as the act will mean tough restrictions on the site. Japan develops universal artificial blood suitable for all blood types. This post is stolen word for word from another account to farm engagement money, which violates X's terms of service. A community note will prevent the poster from earning revenue from the stolen post. I did not know that community notes completely negated a post's ability to make money. That's pretty awesome, because most of the time it is just rage bait horse shit. Asmongold announces he might take a break soon due to exhaustion from constantly grinding content? Grinding content? Doesn't he just do reaction stuff? Okay. This is a misrepresentation of what he said. Asmongold discussed taking a hiatus from streaming due to his father's ongoing health issues. Clarification, my dad was recently diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, so it would be time off to primarily help him. Treatment options are quite broad for now, so I'm waiting on that to make a decision. Share a piece of lore so horrifying it will end this trend. The reason we know how much water is in a human body is because in World War II, Japan would take POWs, weigh them, then bake them alive until the corpse had no moisture left, then weigh the remains. Yes, scientists have historically measured water content by weighing bodies before and after drying or burning. No, this practice did not begin in Japan during World War II, nor is our current knowledge based on that context. Pregnant mom diagnosed with cancer rejects abortion. After birth now, she's cancer-free. Grossly misleading post. This article is 3 years old. It cites an interview from September 1st, 2022, where Hannah states she was in remission after giving birth. Quote, unfortunately on December 12th, 2022, cancer had returned stage 4 and terminal. She died from cancer on April 6, 2024. Very sad. Define ass. Cartoon Network was crazy for this. This screenshot has been altered. Blue Diamond was wearing clothes in this shot. Sorry, Gooners. Or would they prefer the clothes? I don't really know. I'm not very informed on Gooners. That's probably a good thing. Safety and civility have always been our top priority. Here's an update on our safety releases over the past few weeks, including our updated approach to vigilantism. We also preview additional releases in the works. Roblox has a history of refusing to take action against sexual predators. Literally every time I hear about Roblox in the news, it's about something like this. How actually hard can it be to just take initiative? And stop it. Just work with the people catching the predators. I feel insane saying this because it's like, that sounds like the smart thing to do. Am I wrong? Oh boy, a post from Roblox themselves, quote retweeting David Bazuki, whatever. David, whatever, sits down with Roblox safety leaders to share how we are advancing safety and civility on the platform. Here are some of the key topics they covered. Trusted connections and age estimation, why we renamed friends to connections, sensitive issues, vigilantism, policy for games with private spaces and community safety council, investing more heavily in our partnerships and open sourcing our technology, rolling out violative scene detection. Roblox has a history of ignoring child predator issues, silencing critics, and even suing those who expose them, Ruben Sim. Now they're threatening legal action against Schlepp for helping get predators arrested. Their own admin was caught grooming a 14-year-old. Welp, PS5 Pro is damn near the cheapest console on the market thanks to Nintendo and Xbox. Hashtag vindicated. Hashtag LMFAO. Isn't the PS5 Pro like $700? The opposite is true. PS5 Pro is the most expensive gaming console at the current time at a price of, $699. The Switch 2 is $450. What do you mean the cheapest console on the market thanks to Nintendo? And are you even looking at number? Can you read? Hell, the Xbox Series X is $600, which is crazy. It was $500 when it came out, right? Furthermore, PS5 Pro lacks a built-in disc drive, raising the price to $778 if you wish to play physical. Right, I forgot about that part. God, that is stupid. Children should never have access to adult content online. Yeah, this is something everyone should agree on. Yeah, yet many sites refuse to enforce strong age verification. It's time to pass the Screen Act and protect our most innocent. This post implies that it is not currently possible to restrict children access to the internet. Parental controls are easy and available in almost any digital environment. It is the duty of parents to apply them. Yeah, we've had parental controls. I've seen that phrase since I was a child, dude. Like, the means have always been there to protect your kids from, hell, accessing the entire internet, if you even wanted that. All you have to do is either tell your kids no internet, or don't give your kids a phone, or don't give them a computer, or just watch them, like look over them while they're using, don't hover over them, but just make sure they're staying in the right corners. I don't know, I feel insane because it's like this shit has been said 100 bajillion times, but we gotta protect the kids even though okay, we gotta move on. Breaking. National debt just hit $37 trillion. Not just a number, but a bill our kids can't afford to pay. Representative Mace voted aye on H.R. 1, which is estimated to increase the national debt by $4.5 trillion, according to CBO estimates. Whoa! Superman is now available on digital. I highly recommend it. Go watch it. Wait, how's Mr. Terrific flying here? Because of crypto? Dog. Yes, crypto. Thank you. I'm so glad this blue check mark, clearly trying to bait engagement, won't get money from this anymore. Scholars say Mary was as young as 12 when she gave birth to Jesus. Muhammad consummated his marriage with Aisha, I don't know the lore, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, when she was just 9. Juliet Capulet was 14 in Shakespeare's famous story. The point being that when a girl is ready is predicated purely on arbitrary cultural norms. When you can't defend it, justify it. This is a fake tweet from r/totallyrealtweets on Reddit. Everyone saw this except him. Travis Hunter's wife just filed for divorce and is demanding $40 million False news. No one is above the law at FBI agents on mission. Israeli government official Tom Artyom Alexandrovich was arrested and charged in joint FBI/local police raid for luring or attempting to lure a child online to engage in sexual conduct. He was granted bail and allowed to flee to Israel, avoiding charges. Wonder how that must feel, having that right under your tweet. Actions have consequences. Burn the American flag, disrespect our nation, incite violence equals 1 year in jail. No excuses. Per the United States Supreme Court 1989 in Texas v. Johnson, flag burning constitutes symbolic speech that is protected by the First Amendment. Isn't that thing that, like, people are always whining and bitching about protecting, which we should protect, and now it's literally being violated, and people are just fine with it because if you don't love America, well, you're a piece of shit. Go to jail. We love the UK, proud to be British. The only flags to be flown on British soil: England, Ireland, Wales, Scotland. Ireland is an independent country and not part of Britain or the United Kingdom. The flag shown is that of the Irish Republic, not Northern Ireland, which is one of the 4 countries making up the United Kingdom. Paul Feinbaum on Big Ten fans. They act like they invented football. College football was invented at Rutgers University. The EU just passed China on GDP. EU, $19.99 trillion. China, $19.23 trillion. It didn't just pass, it was already the case in 2024. And 2023. Trads posting wins. Is this a win? 2019, 2023, 2024. The girl is still goth to this day. Nice. It is insane that in the richest country in the world, millions cannot afford a home and hundreds of thousands are homeless every night. We need major investments in affordable housing, not tax breaks for billionaires. Though it's become harder to buy a home, this post is a serious chart crime. It compares median home prices to inflation-adjusted wages, 2 very different things. See the link below for median income, which is much better to compare median home prices with. Italians are extremely low IQ. Got annoyed when the server kept saying not possible to all of his requests. Oh, I've seen this clip. Yeah, this is the one where he's just asking for a meal made a certain way at a restaurant, and the guy just keeps replying, not possible. Like, it's really funny. I recommend it. Many cultures, including Italian, believes that the menu of any restaurant is set. Thus, no changes will be accepted unless for extraordinary reasons, example, allergies. The guest clearly does not understand this cultural difference and is from Italian perspective seen as rude. Bud Light, Target, Disney, Jaguar, now Cracker Barrel. One by one, once great American companies are self-destructing with woke rebrands. When will executives take the note? Wokeism isn't just a failed ideology, it's economic suicide. Jaguar is not an American brand. That's exact opposite of the truth. Muslims and Jews got along really well in the Middle East, especially compared to Europe, until 1948. That's when Israelis attacked their neighbors, took their land, and started a mission to kill and evict millions of Arabs for Greater Israel. Jews were subject to dhimmi status, I apologize if I said that wrong, under Muslim rule. These were a set of highly discriminatory laws. They were also subjected to extreme violence and numerous mass killings. Apple is behaving in a manner that makes it impossible for any AI company besides OpenAI to reach #1 in the App Store, which is an unequivocal antitrust violation. XAI will take immediate legal action. In January 2025, DeepSeek reached #1 overall on the App Store. Just 1 month ago, on July 18th, 2025, Perplexity also reached #1 overall in India's App Store. Both of these occurred after the OpenAI-Apple partnership announced on June 10th, 2024. Markiplier is being called out for directly supporting AI research, but he believes the tech can do good. Quote, "There are reasons to be critical of AI the way that it currently is. That doesn't mean that it's entirely as a concept a problem." This headline implies that Markiplier is in support of generative AI without drawing a distinction between generative and other AI. He has stated that he supports the use of AI as a tool for medical research and the like, and has specifically disavowed generative AI. Yeah, I feel like this isn't exactly Dexerto's fault. Well, I don't know. But yes, there is a big distinction between AI and generative AI. You know, the AI that creates videos, pictures, whatever, shit that might look real but is not. Yeah, generative AI, very bad. AI, just in general, for assisting with jobs, sure. But man, it's way more complicated than that, and you could talk about it for hours. There's so many things to discuss with AI. MasterCard, oh boy, clarifying recent headlines on gaming content. MasterCard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creator sites and platforms, contrary to media reports and allegations. Our payment network follows standards based on the rule of law. Put simply, we allow all lawful purchases on our network. At the same time, we require merchants to have appropriate controls to ensure MasterCard cards cannot be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. Both Steam and Itch have stated their removal of adult content came from pressure by payment processors, including MasterCard. Furthermore, MasterCard and other payment processors have a documented history of refusing service to Japanese retailers over legal adult content. When will men understand that leave me alone actually means touch me more, beg me? Don't be foolish, this isn't consent. Following this will lead to jail time. Yeah, no, why the fuck are you even saying that shit? Man, that is dangerous. No, leave me alone means leave me alone. If someone says to stop doing something, stop. If someone says to leave them alone, walk away. Stop interacting with them. Michael Jordan rejects $400 million Disney offer, stating, "I do not collaborate with companies aligned with woke ideologies," in bold move. I've always liked Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan did not reject a $400 million offer from Disney. This claim originated on a self-described satire website and is false. There is no evidence or credible news reporting to support it. Womp womp. Whether hot or cold, the V-Engine stainless steel cup is perfect for keeping your drinks just right. I foolishly bought one of these. The mug is cast resin, not steel, and only the liner, a small thin pressed steel insert held by a blob of glue that detached the moment a coffee went in the mug. Buyers beware. Do not put a coffee in your mug. Forever disgusted with the US empire using indigenous terminology as naming conventions for its instruments of imperial warfare. Apache helicopter, Tomahawk missiles, twisted shit. Various Native American groups have participated in ceremonies where they bestowed blessings on equipment and or vehicles named after their tribe, which I think is pretty badass. That's right. Under President Trump's leadership, NASA's primary mission of space exploration will be restored. No more DEI, no more climate change. Let's get back to the moon. The 1958 National Aeronautics and Space Act includes climate and earth sciences in NASA's purpose under Section 102B1, expansion of human knowledge of phenomena in the atmosphere and space. Section 102C7 supports atmospheric studies. Also, it's really weird, like, oh, NASA, we're going back to the moon. Also, I hate diversity and equality and shit. Like, what does that have to do with space travel? I have no idea. But also go f*** yourself, you racist piece of shit. All 13 WNBA teams are now required to install safety nets to protect against throwing incidents, per league officials. This is crazy. Will the WNBA anti-dildo nets protect the players, or will the fans be able to get the dildos over the net and onto the court? This is more entertaining than the games in the WNBA. The NBA Sentinel is a parody account. This is not a true story. That is what the Ottoman Empire did. I have no context, I don't know what they did. The Ottoman Empire was not a colonizing power. Its expansion did not involve the large-scale emigration of Ottoman citizens to settle in newly acquired territories, which is a defining feature of colonialism, that's a tough one, unlike European colonial powers that sent large numbers of settlers to their colonies. Nice try though, lol! Next time, try reading. The Ottoman Empire colonized places such as Cyprus. Thousands of Muslims were settled on the island immediately following the Ottoman conquest. About 30,000 Muslim Turks had been settled on the island amongst a population of perhaps 150,000 Greek Cypriots. Where the are the parents? Those could be their parents. This genuinely scares me. They're here for our kids. Who, black people? Why don't you find a steep cliff and slip off of it? The person recording is the parent of the child. The man in the video is their stepdad. Wow! The wait is almost over. The T1 phone is powerful, sleek, and built with the features you need most. Pre-order today and be among the first to experience it. The phone in the image is a photoshopped Samsung Galaxy 25 Ultra in a case by the accessory company Spigen. It is not the T1 phone. The Spigen logo is still visible under the digitally added American flag. A California resident has tested positive for the plague. Health officials believe they caught the disease from being bitten by an infected flea while camping. Plague remains part of U.S. wildfire, particularly in the rural West, and isn't a new threat. Although the phrasing tested positive for the plague sounds alarming, the US averages about 7 cases annually. Okay, well that's really nice to know. New poll among Jewish voters. Eric Adams, 25%, Andrew Cuomo, 21%, Curtis Sliwa, 14%. Jewish voters are behind Eric Adams. This post excludes the poll results for Zoran Mamdani, who leads among Jewish voters with 37%. For transparency, we are sharing more information about our decision to remove vigilantes from Roblox. Roblox has a known history refusing to take action against sexual child predators. Don't let him forget it. Don't let anyone forget. Breaking. Several gay dating apps are reportedly threatening that if the Supreme Court bans gay marriage, they'll reveal all the closeted Republican officials and members of Congress who have accounts on their platforms. Source Halfway Post. It's satire. The cited source is a page clearly identified as satire. Because of the way that maps are normally drawn, I had never realized that the US, Alaska, and Russia are almost touching. I am shook. Are schools in America just for shooting, or Will Kingston is English? World's fattest cat, Crumbs, dies weeks after going to a feline fat camp. So you mean they killed him? Well, no. Crumbs died due to extensive layers of flab had hidden his cancerous tumors. Aw. He was not killed by the kitty fat camp. Rip Crumbs. That's so sad. Half of men under 30 are virgins. That's just nuts. This is false. According to the IFS analysis, among young adult males 22 to 34, the percentage who have never had sex rose from 4% in 2013 to 15 to 10% in 22 to 23. It is also, and this is crucial, not true. It's an edited meme made by an incel. The actual graph from the General Social Survey looks like this. Also, 12% of men 18 to 29 report at least one male sex partner. Actual General Social Survey data. What do you get out of making this stuff up? Any state that has built and relied on windmills and solar for power are seeking record-breaking increases in electricity and energy costs. The scam of the century. We will not approve wind or farmer destroying solar. The days of stupidity are over in the USA. MAGA. The days of stupidity are over in the USA. What a wild tweet from the, we've seen wilder from the official White House Twitter, but just crazy, man. Based on Lazard's 2024 analysis, the levelized cost for utility-scale solar and onshore wind is lower than for new natural gas or coal plants, making them the cheapest sources of electricity. This cannot be real. Soulmate, 1999, 2009? Yeah, it's photoshopped. Original is 1999 and 2004. They were right. This cannot be real. Forgive me, I do not know what this building is that is exploding at the top, but the Duolingo bird is there and he might have had something to do with it. Blue checkmark accounts can earn revenue from views and engagements on their posts. Some people repost others' content to profit from their work. This account uses the artwork of Century C without adding anything of value, not even crediting the artist. And now, no money for them. Good. Andrew Tate's testosterone blood test surpasses a juvenile male bull shark. Bull sharks have one of the highest peak testosterone levels on Earth. Tate achieved this naturally with his unorthodox fitness lifestyle. This is how he did it step by step. Normal testosterone levels in healthy males range between 300 and 1,000. Testosterone levels can fluctuate 10 to 15% in healthy males. The cited testosterone level in bull sharks is highly inflated, with known measurements of around 200 NGDL, some kind of measurements. Many Democrats and Democrat supporters have been criticizing the American Eagle Company, which is one of the great patriotic names for a company, for its latest ad campaign to sell blue jeans starring the beautiful and talented Sydney Sweeney. Has probably never seen anything with her in it. These online crybabies are calling the company and Sydney fascists. Totally ridiculous. Selling blue jeans is about as American as you can get, if we're being totally honest. Maybe if these fat, ugly losers spent more time working on themselves, they wouldn't be so angry about everything. MAGA, I'm dead. Donald Trump did not post this. I'm actually shocked he didn't. But also, yeah, why would he call an actress talented or whatever when it's like, you probably don't even watch movies? Like, what time do you have golfing to watch movies? You want to know how messed up the UK is? Derek Heggie got sentenced to 10 months in prison for saying young white girls are being raped by these grooming gangs. I'm not joking. Derek Heggie is a We're so Texas AI centers guzzle 463 million gallons. Now residents are asked to cut back on showers. Texas uses 4.95 trillion gallons of water a year. Data centers account for 0.0113% of that.